Watu wa Marsabit nimewaheshimu, mmenipendeza na mmetumbuiza. Ila kwa sasa naomba tusonge tu upande huu. Jaji mkuu na gavana wanapitia hapa katikati. Please let us entertain from this side. Turudi upande huu tafadhali. Turudi upande huu tafadhali. Ile kaunti yote tumeenda, entertainment kama hii hatujapata bado. Thank you very much. Hamchoki. Kutoka asubuhi 6. Mmetufurahisha sana. We entertain from this side. Tupatie Chief Justice nafasi ya kuweza kupita hapa. Tukae vizuri kwa utaratibu. Hii ni sherehe ya jaji mkuu tafadhali. Tutulie tafadhali, tutulie tafadhali. Aya. Wale ambao wanatutumbuiza tafadhali tufanye kwa hali nzuri, lakini tuwe na mpangilio kidogo. Muda usiokuwa mrefu tutakuwa tukianza sherehe zetu za leo.
Hata iko kwa page yenu ya Judiciary.
Sawa. Aya. Nendeni mumlete jaji mkuu sasa. DJ cheza lakini chini kidogo, najua kuna mazungumzo yanaendelea kule ndani. Wape muziki lakini kwa sauti ya chini kidogo. Bao. Ati wamesema ati ndio iko plan. Wakuje mbele, sije kule nyuma. Aya, mfanye hiyo entertainment kwa utaratibu. Kaeni kando kidogo, mpishe jaji mkuu aweze kupata nafasi. Mr. Mbao, please nisaidie kuwapanga hapo. They have really begged for this opportunity to entertain the CJ as she comes for the public official function. So wapange vizuri vile ambavyo wataweza kumpatia nafasi jaji mkuu na mheshimiwa gavana kuja hapa. Yes. Tubakisha barabara kidogo hapo. I can see the head of station Marsabit Lokot. Yes, of course. Come. Tumpatie tu mahali hapo pale.
Nasidadia karibu anafika.
Aya, wapatie music kidogo. Chini kidogo. Aya. Aya jamani, naomba sote tuwe wima, tusimame wima tafadhali. Tusimame wima tuweze kumkaribisha mgeni wetu wa rasmi, jaji mkuu ambaye vile vile ni rais wa mahakama ya upeo hapa nchini Kenya, akiandamana na mheshimiwa gavana. Nimepata majina zao. Wote wawili. Aya, tuweze kutulia hapo. Timu ya itifaki inapowapanga vile watakavyokaa, tafadhali nawapa dakika moja muweze kujipanga vizuri. Tuzidi kusimama tafadhali, tuzidi kusimama. Sherehe bado haijaanza rasmi. Nilitangaza kwamba itaanza rasmi na wimbo wa taifa. Ikiwa umevalia kofia ambayo sio ya kiserikali ama ya kidini, naomba kwa heshima uweze kuivua. Ikiwa tuko tayari sasa, naomba tupate wimbo wa taifa na wimbo wa Jumuiya ya Afrika Mashariki, tukianza na wimbo wa taifa. Asante. Tukiwa bado tumezidi kusimama, naomba kwa heshima yako Jaji Mkuu niweze kumkaribisha Sheikh Bashir Somo ambaye ni katibu wa Marsabit Interfaith Council ambaye atatuongoza na maombi kwa niaba ya Waislamu, akifuatiwa na Pastor John Arero ambaye ni pastor katika Marsabit Pentecostal Church. Sheikh Bashir Somo.
Tuombe. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bismillahi thumma salatu wa salam ala habibil Mustafa salawatullahi wa salamu alayhi. In the name of Allah, the most gracious and the most merciful. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanatan wa fil akhirati hasanatan wa qina adhaban nar. Ya Allah, bless this day as we gather here for the launch of the Marsabit AJS County Action Plan, Model and Suit Court, Annexed Mediation, and the Judiciary Official Resident. Ya Allah, bless all those present as well as the lives of those we'll encounter afterwards. Ready us to make every moment count. Ya Allah, you are the Lord of justice and righteousness. May justice roll down like a river, and righteousness like a never-failed stream. We pray for the justice system in our county. May judges, legislators, and law enforcement work with community leaders and advocates to end oppression and exploitation. Together bring justice to our country and our nation. Let justice prevail in all areas of departments of law and justice in our county. Ya Rab, give our justice sound minds and good conscience to deliver decision based on your love and moral value. Ya Rab, your love is great and extends beyond walls and boundaries. You see men and women who are living behind bars here in our county and throughout our country. We pray for their lives, for adequate medical treatment and care. We pray for families that are divided by the prisoner's bar. But for the whole truths and nothing but truths, we pray, Ya Allah, for those struggling with legal issues. Bring them peace and confidences. May we bring grace and compassion to our interactions with people who have been marginalized by being incarcerated. Ya Rab, when learning about the numbers of people in prison, may we consider that each prison, every inmate, and those re-entering society is a person you have created and that you love immensely. Teach us to respond with compassion and give us wisdom as we are moved to action. Ya Allah, you are the best and final judge of all. We trust you now and always. Amin. Subhana rabbika rabbi izzati amma yasifun wa salamun al mursalin walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Amen.
Na tuombe. Mwenyezi Mungu Baba wa mbinguni, Mungu wa rehema, tunakushukuru kwa sababu ya wema wako. Tunakushukuru kwa sababu ya nchi yetu ambao umetubatia na idara ya mahakama ambao Mwenyezi Mungu umetubatia ili kuweza kutetea haki katika nchi yetu. Bariki viongozi yetu katika taifa yetu na katika kaunti na yote ambao wanakutumikia Mwenyezi Mungu, ukawabariki. Katika jina la Yesu Kristo Mwokozi tunaomba. Amen.
Thank you very much. With your permission, Honorable CJ, we can have our seats. I wish now to invite the Registrar Magistrates Court, Honorable Caroline Kabucho, to carry on with the program.
The Honorable Chief Justice and the President of the Supreme Court, Justice Martha Koome, His Excellency, the Governor, Mohamud Ali, the County Commissioner, James Kamau, Justice Fred Ochieng, Judge of Appeal, Justice Jesse Nyaga, the Resident Judge, Marsabit, Justice Helen Wasilwa, ELRC, Environment and Land, Justice David Mugo, Justice Wasilwa, ELRC, Employment and Labor Relations Court, Justice David Mugo, ELC, both representing their respective PJs, Dr. Akoth, the Vice Chair, AJS, Honorable Arome, Magistrate and representing the Head of Station Marsabit, judicial officers and caddies present, the county police commander, the county DCI, county AP commander, the senior warden KWS, our development partners, and I recognize Teresia Mugadza IDLO and Husna Mubarak of UN FAO, all the county officials present, the LSK representative, ODPP representative, all the mediators present, the AJS elders, CUC members, members of staff, and all invited guests. Good morning. I take this opportunity, Honorable Chief Justice and His Excellency the Governor, to relay the apologies of the Honorable Chief Registrar of the Judiciary. She could not make it because of other duties, but she has our support, and she told me to tell the people of Marsabit that she is with you, and whatever support that is required by her office, the same will be offered. So Honorable CJ, allow me that even as we proceed for the speakers who will come, we observe the protocols as laid down so that we observe time. At this point, allow me to invite the justice sectors and development partners, and we shall start with Elder Habib Adan, a representative of the Marsabit AJS model. Mr. Habib Adan. Elder Habib Adan. And as Mr. Habib is coming, Honorable Arome, kindly come. Tuko kwako, utushike ugeni kwanza.
The Honorable Justice Martha Koome, Chief Justice and President of the Supreme Court of Kenya. The Honorable Muhammad Ali, the Governor of Marsabit County. The County Commissioner, Mr. Kamau. The AJS Steering Committee. Honorable Justice Friend Ochieng. Honorable Lady Justice Wasilwa. Honorable Judge Mugo, Honorable Presiding Judge Marsabit High Court, Justice Jess Nyaga, the Registrar, Magistrate Court, Honorable Capucho, all protocols observed, judicial staff, our development partners, and distinguished participants, and alternative justice practitioners, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It's my pleasure to welcome you to this memorable day in Marsabit to launch the Marsabit Alternative Justice System and the Court Annexed Mediation. This truly confirms the judiciary efforts of bringing justice close to the people. This is a key resort area of justice transformation through access to justice. My lady, Marsabit County AJS model was specifically created for this county from the scratch to enable the people of Marsabit to participate in the justice system, which according to them is not an alternative, but the main way. Today's launch of Marsabit, AJS, and the County Annexed Mediation is a confirmation the court is determined taking justice closer to the people. We appreciate and thank Marsabit County leadership, the CUC, our justice system partners and staff who made this day possible. Thank you to our development partners for the continued support and cooperation. Special thanks to the chair of the AJS Steering Committee, Honorable Justice Professor Gugi, Honorable Justice Friend Ochieng, Dr. Akoth, and the AJS Steering Committee for training our elders. Special thanks to my lady, Honorable Chief Justice, for your leadership and support for the AJS and mediation. Thank you all. God bless us all. It's now my privileged duty to welcome you all to Marsabit County. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now we go back to Elder Habiba. A representative, kindly. Mr. Galgalo.
Yangu ya kwanza unashukuru Mwenyezi Mungu. Ya pili unasalamia
wageni yetu wote na wananchi, tunashukuru pia Justice Kome. Karibu hapa kwako ni nyumbani. Tunashukuru. Na pia tunashukuru gavana yetu ambaye imetembea na nyinyi na amefunguliwa mambo. Sisi kama wazee, kama jamii inaishi katika hii county, inajisaidia wenyewe, inagawana hii kesi na serikali. Tunashukuru. Tunashukuru kwa sababu ni watu ilikuwa imepata nafasi ya kuangamishana, ya kuzumbuana, baka kila mtu ingine inakuwa kizazi, wengine maskini na wengine iko na pesa, wanaanza kuumishana juu ya sheria. Sasa kama serikali nimegawa, naanza kugawa ingine kwa jamii ya kabila. Jamii ya kabila nakaa natatua hiyo maneno. Ndio tunashukuru serikali yetu wamekumbuka sisi. Sasa ni kweli sisi wenyewe ndio kama jamii, kama sasa mambo ya koti serikali wamegawa inajitawala. Tunashukuru serikali yetu wanafanya kazi kama hiyo, na pia unashukuru serikali yetu ya county wanaanza kudeal baka tumefika sisi leo. Asanteni sana, vile mmekuja salama, turudi salama nyumbani. Asanteni sana.
Asante sana. Honorable the Chief Justice, AJS pia iko na wamama na tunaita representative wao atusalamie.
Asante sana. Ya kwanza nashukuru Mwenyezi Mungu ametufikisha siku ya leo. Madam Koome, Chief Justice ya Kenya mzima. Kwanza nafurahi sana kuona mama amekuwa chief mzima ya Kenya. Niko na furaha sana kama kina mama. Ya pili nataka kushukuru gavana wetu ya Marsabit. Umekaribisha, umelete mama hapa. Ya tatu nataka kushukuru serikali wetu ya national government ikiwa na court kila pale. Niko na shukrani kubwa sana. Madam, umefika hapa, karibu huko kwako. Na sisi kama kina mama tunajivunia wewe kukuwa jaji mzima ya Kenya mzima. Gavana wetu, hata mbeleni umeanza kufanya kazi kwamba ulichagua kwa kila community, wakubwa, wazee, kila kwa jamii ukaunganisha, ukafanya hata koti yako already tayari inaendelea. Umepata pongezi kubwa kutoka serikali kuu. Nasema asante sana. Madam, sisi hata mbeleni tunakimbia hapa na pale, tunasaidiana na majaji wetu. Mimi nimetoka Moyale, nafikiri Judiciary ya Moyale ni kama nyumbani wetu, tunaingia ile kitu ambayo tunataka tunaitisha. Nataka kushukuru sana County Commissioner wetu, na kutoka amekuja ni mtu ya amani. Sisi kama watu ya Marsabit County tuko na amani. Aswa kitu inatendeka pande ya kina mama kinyanyazwa, hata sisi siku tunapigania. Kwa sababu wewe kwa mbele yetu, hatugopi. Kwa hivyo nasema asante sana. Karibu, ulituletea maradi mzuri ukiwa umeshikana na gavana wetu na national government. Tunakushukuru madam, tunasema karibu hapa ni nyumbani. Asante sana.
Asante sana. Sasa tutamuita representative wa Law Society of Kenya, John Bahailu. And after that we'll have Edwin Oduol representing the DPP, so maybe akaribie.
Thank you so much. Honorable Chief Justice, Judge of the Supreme Court, the President of the Supreme Court of Kenya, Your Excellency Governor Mohamed Mohamud Ali, County Commander James Kamau, allow me to stand on the protocol as advised. My name is John Behailu. I am here on behalf of our branch chairman of Mount Kenya, Joel Mutuma. First and foremost, on behalf of the LSK Mount Kenya branch, we welcome you all to Marsabit Practicing Center, and we'll wish to inform you that Marsabit Practicing Center is under Mount Kenya branch of Law Society of Kenya. Allow me to express our appreciation and recommend you, Chief Justice, for the great job you are doing towards delivering of justice to our people. I'd like to take a few minutes just to highlight a few things that we consider very beneficial to the people of Marsabit County in terms of alternative justice system. The perception appears to be that alternative justice system is only the resolution of dispute by use of elders only. I think much as that is part of the alternative justice system, it is not the only way. Alternative justice system means all alternative system of justice that is not the resolution of dispute at the court, whether it is by elders, religious leaders, community elders, all of those, whether the dispute is getting resolved at the police station, whether it is being resolved by a clan elder, a tribe leader, all those forms are alternative system of dispute resolution. So this is a maiden day also. I am made aware that Chief Justice, you will be honoring us with the launch of the private mediation guidelines. We do not take it for granted. We know that you take mediation to be an extremely important part of dispute resolution within the judiciary, and that is why you have resolved to personally grace us with your presence. We thank you so much. Now, allow me to also speak to court annexed mediation. Now, this practice for us in Marsabit, I believe, was initiated around June. And since its inception, we have had about 34 or thereabout cases that has been assigned to court annexed mediation. And out of that, we have about 62% success rate, which means that of all the cases that were referred to mediation, 62% of those cases were resolved successfully. Those are cases which will otherwise have taken years in court. And mostly, when you look at the types of cases that have been referred to mediation, these are largely a family dispute, custody maintenance, succession matters, employment, not employment, ELC matters. And if you have noticed the vastness of Marsabit County, this is a county which is about 67,000 kilometers squared. 78, yes. When I looked around, I realized that Burundi as a country is around 22,000 kilometers squared. Rwanda is about 27,000. Israel is about 22,000. If you combine Rwanda, Burundi, and Israel, 3 countries together, they can fit into Marsabit County. And for a land that vast, we only have 2 physical court stations, one in Marsabit and another in Moyale. We also have mobile courts, which is, of course, a genius of judicial staff. We appreciate them. But for individuals who live as far as Moyale, when the only ELC court that is around here is in Isiolo, an individual will be forced to travel about 450 plus kilometers from Moyale all the way to Isiolo if one is intending on appealing a decision from a judge in Moyale. That distance discourages access to justice completely. So, us having this alternative justice system as a solution to our justice system is an extremely welcomed idea. Justice will be administered at the homes, at the villages, at the churches, at the mosque where people are. Usually, a government is possessed with concentrating power at the top. But you, Chief Justice, in your wisdom, you have decided to cascade it down to the people. Judicial power is donated by the people. It is not the power that the judiciary has by itself. So for the court, the judiciary to decide to return that judicial authority back to the community, I think it's an amazing thing that we all should appreciate. This court annexed mediation, the beauty of it is that it is cheaper, it is extremely flexible, it is quicker. You can have a mediator who hears your language. One of the struggles we have around this place is that because we do not have many judges who can speak our language, I don't know whether you have seen the report on interpretation fees, but most likely, most of cases will require translators in court. But if you have a mediator who is able to hear and understand your language, I think most of our people here appreciate, even though the mediator will not make a decision by himself, him being the person who hears what one party is saying against another, and being able to push these parties to a consent of some form of an agreement is a serious acceleration towards access to justice. So we thank you for the effort that you have made to this end. I'll wish to maybe just point out one issue of the matters that are referred to the court annexed mediation. From the report, Honorable Chief Justice, you'll notice that most of these referrals are from Magistrates Court. I have not seen any referrals from the Qadhi's Court. And I'm noticing that considering the jurisdiction of the Qadhi's Court, most of the cases that they deal with are likely family-related disputes, either matrimonial, succession, or thereabout. So those cases that involve family have a high chance of success, especially when they are referred to mediation. So I will encourage our judicial officers, Honorable Qadhis, to consider referring their cases to mediation in order for us to have a quick resolution of this dispute. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you, Mr. Bahailu. Honorable CJ, when we were sitting here, I was told he's the only practicing advocate in Marsabit, and I want to give him special thanks for embracing mediation. Si angeshikilia hiyo kazi yake, lakini ameitikia ku-embrace mediation, and we want to thank you. Now I call upon Edwin Oduor Otieno, representing the DPP, Marsabit County.
The Honorable CJ, Martha Koome, His Excellency the Governor, Marsabit County, all protocols observed. Good morning. I don't know whether it's morning or afternoon. Good afternoon. Yes, my name is Edwin Otieno. I'm the in charge ODPP Marsabit. And I'm here, I'm very happy to be here to witness the launch of the AJS suit and the county action plan on AJS. As a prosecution service, our core mandate is to institute criminal matters. And of course, naturally, you'll feel that ODPP feels like our work is being taken away from us. And that is not the case. Because most of the times when we are prosecuting these matters, we find that there are underlying issues in almost all the matters that we do. You find you and the court look at each other and you realize, are we really doing an assault case? Or are we doing a land dispute back at home? So most of them are just masked as criminal cases, but the underlying issue is something totally different. And I think AJS is welcome because once a solution is found back at home, then you'll really find yourself not doing any assault case that is masked as a land dispute. And I think AJS will aid in clearing some of the backlog that we have. I think Marsabit looks like, yes, it doesn't have so many cases, but there's still a backlog because there's only the court in Moyale and the court in Marsabit. And without the mobile courts, then actually we will have that backlog. And AJS will help reduce this backlog because it is efficient and it is quite fast. My only urge to I know AJS will primarily or heavily rely on the elders, and I will urge the elders to enforce only that is that is supported by the Constitution. There are some harmful cultural practices and some backward ways of doing some things. So what I will urge is that you leave out whatever is not required by the Constitution and enforce that which is according to the Constitution. As a stakeholder, we give you our guarantee that we will support the implementation of AJS. We will cooperate with all stakeholders in making sure that AJS is successful, because it's actually a very, very welcome system that is going to help a county like Marsabit. The good thing is that a county like Marsabit already has the systems. I think the elders, without knowing it, they have been doing what now we are asking them to do. And that is the truth. Madam CJ, I would like to report the presiding judge, not in a bad way. There's a time that elders came to us and told us, yes, we have agreed, we have sorted this issue, we have paid some compensation, but he put them to task. And actually there was a 5-minute tussle on why women were not involved in the decision making. And they actually left agreeing that henceforth, women will be included in the decision making. And I think that was a very good thing. Thank you very much. Welcome to Marsabit. God bless you.
Thank you, DPP, for also embracing the AJS. Wamama mmesikia, imesemekana, lazima mkue kesi kitatuliwa AJS. Mmesikia hiyo? Good news. So now I'll call the County Attorney, Flavian Gekone, to give remarks.
Honorable Chief Justice Martha Koome, the Governor Marsabit, His Excellency Mohamed Ali, all judges present, the County Commissioner, the Speaker of the County Assembly, all waheshimiwas present, CECs, county staff, judicial staff present, ladies and gentlemen. Habari ya leo, habari zenu, na washukuru kwa kufika hapa leo. We want to appreciate your presence today, my lady. We are very grateful. Feel at home. AJS is a very good system. Inatupatia suluhisho kwa mambo ambayo yangechukua muda mrefu kutatua kotini, na ni tofauti na hii system ingine kwa sababu mkiongea saa ingine kinyumbani, si ni rahisi kutatua kuliko kotini? Si pesa ni kidogo inaenda hapo, na si mnarudi nyumbani kama mmeshikana mkono. Kwa hivyo hii AJS ni kitu mzuri sana, muisupport, muishikilie ili tuweze kusonga mbele, si ndio? Asanteni sana.
Thank you very much. And we always appreciate the support we are given by our partners, our development partners. And I wish to call Teresa Mugadza, the country director, IDLO. Country.
Thank you very much, Madam MC. The Honorable the Chief Justice, Lady Justice Martha Koome, His Excellency the Governor, Mohamed Ali. Allow me, my lady, to stand on established protocol so that I don't take too much time. My lady, it is a privilege and an honor this afternoon to be here on behalf of the development partners representing IDLO. I know my colleague Husna Mubarak would have loved to be here, but I understand that duty called her elsewhere. Also on behalf of our funding partners, including the Embassy of Sweden in Kenya, we would like to really say, my lady, congratulations, because I know that this is coming to life of the vision that you've carried ever since you came into office in April 2021, which is bringing justice closer to the people. My lady, this occasion presents a significant step in advancing people-centered justice in Marsabit. The Constitution of Kenya promotes the use of ADR, alternative dispute resolution, that includes reconciliation, mediation, arbitration, and customary informal justice mechanisms. It is therefore an honor this afternoon to witness the launch of the AJS suite in Marsabit, which I believe will be a significant step in broadening pathways to resolve justice and to strengthen communities. I was very happy to hear the lady elder in the room say that there are many pathways to justice. I think she said mlango mingi, which is that there are many doorways to justice, and that's what AGS represents, my lady. We have also heard from the representative of the Law Society of Kenya that indeed there is a great demand for justice, and unfortunately it is not always possible to have the infrastructure for formal justice, for justice seekers to be able to access justice. So alternative justice systems and a suite like this bridges that gap so that justice seekers are able to access their rights and also enforce their legal rights. My lady, as the IDLO, we believe that it is important to improve the quality of justice systems, and it's important to understand the justice needs of communities and appreciate their context, but also their own locally homebred mechanisms for resolving disputes, which is what I believe AJS does. And this is why we support the establishment of AJS suites across the country. The judiciary, through the social transformation through access to justice framework, has demonstrated that practical initiatives that expand access to justice, such as court-annexed mediation and AJS, ensure that there's justice for the most vulnerable and those that are usually marginalized by the formal justice system. Both court-annexed mediation and AJS are critical pillars to your vision, my lady. Court-annexed mediation provides an avenue for litigants to resolve disputes amicably within the court system, and I think we've already heard the success that CAM has achieved in the few months that it has been established in Marsabit. The alternative justice system framework in turn has integrated traditional and community-based dispute resolution mechanisms, thereby enhancing accessibility and cultural relevance to resolving conflicts. Yesterday, we had the privilege of meeting with some of the elders in Marsabit, and the thing that they repeated together was that it is important for justice to make sense, to be relevant, and to be something that gives them a sense that they've achieved justice, and AJS, my lady, does that. Guided by the principles of negotiation, mediation, and conciliation, AJS has the capacity not to only discongest formal justice courts, but also strengthen the linkages between formal and informal justice systems. Importantly, it provides justice seekers with homegrown justice that promote community cohesion and sustainable relationships. We believe that AJS and court-annexed mediation have the capacity to contribute to ensuring justice through provision of accessible, affordable, and culturally relevant processes for dispute resolution. AJS systems utilize indigenous and community-based approaches that offer community unity and social cohesion by resolving conflicts in a manner that is consistent with values and customs of the communities. In turn, we believe that AJS also encourages collaborative problem solving through mediated dialogue. And these mechanisms together ensure justice for those that would often be on the margins of the formal justice system. We have been privileged, my lady, as the IDLO, with funding from the Embassy of Sweden in Kenya, to partner with the Judiciary to ensure that we promote court-annexed mediation and AJS in Marsabit County. In this regard, we've been able to facilitate, my lady, the development of the private family mediation guidelines that the LSK already spoke to. We've also been partnering with CAM in terms of ensuring that the service charter for implementation of court-annexed mediation in Kenya is in place. We have been able to partner with Marsabit County in the training of mediators for Marsabit County. I think we took a photograph with some of the mediators earlier this morning at the court station. And with regards to AJS, we have been privileged to partner with the county government in the establishment of this particular AJS suite that is being launched this morning. We also have been able to facilitate training for the elders, so ensure that not only do we have gender representation, as was noted by the Office of the DBP, but also to ensure that there are guidelines for implementation of AJS that are consistent with the rules for natural justice. My lady, you'll be aware that the AJS implementing committee has come up with a county action plan for Marsabit, and that was something that we were privileged to partner with together with the AJS committee. My lady, I would like to say that our collaboration with both the CAMP Secretariat and the National Steering Committee on Implementation of Alternative Justice Systems is a demonstration of our commitment to enhancing access to justice, not just for Marsabit County, but across the nation of Kenya. And I know we have met severally where we have been in situations like this where we are promoting the multiple pathways to justice for justice seekers. And maybe let me just conclude, my lady, by saying we reiterate our commitment to work with the judiciary, particularly to ensure that we have justice mechanisms that are relevant and that ensure that justice is not only seen to be done, but done in a timely manner that is relevant for the people concerned. And with those not so few remarks, I thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Mugadza. Nataka kuita entertainment. Kuna wenye walikaribisha CJ pale, kuna wengine hawakuimba. I know there are very many groups. We have the Borana, Gabra, Burji, Rendile. Ni wagani hawakuimba pale CJ akiingia? Ama ni nani wako tayari kuimbia CJ? Oh, okay, naambiwa DJ atupatie wimbo, watakuja wote for the entertainment. Tuharakishe kidogo. Siwa inform watu wa governor.
La
aeleze, aongee, MC aongee.
Ile nyimbo ya jamii yote yenye tumeshindana youth ambao ni Tokuma, so tulikuwa tunataka, kuna mtu mwenye anataka kuperform, alafu Tokuma ni group ya kila mtu naambia maji, lakini ni hiyo ni alafu
Allow me now to call the County Commissioner, Mr. James Kamau.
Our chief guest today, Her Lady Chief Hon Justice Martha Koome, Chief Justice and the President of the Supreme Court of Kenya, Your Excellency, the Governor of this great county, Mohamud M. Ali, Hon Justice Frederick Ochieng, Judge, Court of Appeal and Chairperson, Court Annexed Mediation, Hon Justice Professor Goge, Court of Appeal and the Chairperson of National Steering Committee on the Implementation of Alternative Justice System, Hon Justice Jesse Nyaga, our presiding judge, Marsabit County, Marsabit High Court, Justice Sector Actors, our development partners, my fellow head of departments, and the colleagues from both the national and the county government of Marsabit, our elders, all the other leaders from our county. I would like to take this opportunity to welcome all of you in Marsabit County during this special occasion of launching the County Action Plan for Marsabit Alternative Justice System, which has a theme of enhancing access to justice and promoting people-centered justice through multi-door approach to justice. At Marsabit, this model was developed through a number of consultative meetings, workshops, of which all of the major stakeholders were involved, and of course under the leadership of Justice Professor Joel Ngugi, Chairperson AJS here in Marsabit, and we all celebrate the success of this process. The AJS Alternative Justice System recognizes and addresses various challenges, especially in our county, where majority are pastoral communities with different and diverse cultural traditional systems of justice, which will be accelerated by assessing the restorative justice. It will also help to address the conflict issues we face as a county. Finally, our chief guest, I wish to confirm to you that with the partnership between our county government and the leadership of our governor, the legal system, that is Marsabit, judicial system, and all our development partners, we are now ready, or we are set to fully implement the alternative justice system, and we believe that it will go a long way in accelerating some of the pending cases which has been directed to our 14 mediators. Asanteni sana na Mungu awabariki.
Thank you very much, County Commissioner. I now call upon the resident judge, the presiding judge, Marsabit High Court, Mr. Justice Jesse Nyaga.
Hamjamboni, watu wa Marsabit, hamjambo. Kwa majina ni vile mmesikia, naitwa Jesse Nyaga Jagi, na mimi ndio nimekuwa jaji wenu hapa kwa miaka 4 sasa. Na ni furaha yangu siku ya leo kupata kwamba watu wa Marsabit wamejitokeza kwa wingi kuja kusherekea hii siku ya leo na kumuona jaji wetu mkuu wa Kenya. Nina hakika kwamba watu wengi wanamsikia lakini hajamuona, na mimi pia ni furaha yangu sana pamoja na nyinyi kuona kwamba Chief Justice of the Republic of Kenya amefika hapa Marsabit leo. Ama hamjafurahi kuona Chief Justice? Honorable the Chief Justice of the Republic of Kenya, Martha Koome, President of the Court, Supreme Court of Kenya, His Excellency the Governor, Marsabit County, the County Commissioner, Judge of the Court of Appeal, Mr. Friend Ocheng, present here, and judges of the Court of Equal Status present, ladies and gentlemen. Today we have heard from our governor here that Marsabit is a very fast country, and we believe him that the county is very fast. It stretches all the way from Rire in the south to Moyale in the north. From a place I'm told is called Shuru in the east to the shores of Lake Turkana, a town called Leangalani. So for our courts to dispense a formal-based form of justice in such a vast county poses a very great challenge to us. That notwithstanding, the communities living in Marsabit County have a well-entrenched, century-old traditional justice system in what can be described as an elder-centered justice system. In that kind of system, at the bottom of the community structure of solving disputes is the village head at the Manyata level. So at the Manyata, the head of the Manyata presides over disputes from the residents of that village. And where the village head is unable to solve that kind of dispute, it can be escalated to the clan or to the government administrators, such as the chief. And even where the chief is unable to solve the problem, it can be escalated to the county administration, county commissioner and sub-county commissioners. So in this is a kind of traditional, So this is the system of traditional justice that in launching Marsabit AJS model today, the judiciary is adopting it as part of a mainstream justice, which is recognizable by the courts of law. The other aspect of traditional justice system that is practiced by communities in Marsabit County are the peace committees. It is a well-known fact that there are times when there are flare-ups of intercommunity conflicts between communities residing in this county. The communities come together through peace committees that are structured along administrative lines, running all the way from the village and the sub-locations to the county peace committee. And these peace committees are made up of very respectable people in the community. And I think our people here are very much aware of that. And examples of disputes which are conducted by peace committees is cattle theft between communities, which in court or in another language we call cattle rustling. So in view of this, the alternative justice system, which the Chief Justice has launched here today, is not alien to the communities living in this county. And I'm sure that this kind of justice system finds support and blends very well with the traditional justice system which is practiced by communities in this county. It is my belief that the Marsabit AJS model will afford an opportunity to many residents of this county to assess justice in a manner that is known and acceptable to them. So towards this end, I can confirm that elders have been trained on how to handle AJS matters. I've attended these trainings since we conducted the first training in the month of March. And it is therefore our belief that we have empowered the elders who will be handling this kind of cases. And now we are sure that they are aware of their mandate, the cases which they can handle, and the cases which they need to refer to other justice sectors. So the elders have been trained on such issues, on human rights, such as the rights of women, rights of children, and the rights of vulnerable people in the community. We had invited elders from across the country to come and witness today's launch. But due to logistical challenges, we were not able to bring a representatives of elders from across the country. But I'm confident that with the time, we will reach every part of the country and train all the elders as required. During the training, I saw a lot of enthusiasm among the elders, and I'm thereby confident that they are in full support of this process. So the elders will be conducting their business in this building here, which we are calling the suite, which building we have opened today. This building has been listed to us for a period of 3 years by the Department of Housing of the National Government. The building, when it was handed over to us, was in a very bad state and neglect. So, but I wish to sincerely thank His Excellency, the Governor of Marsabit County, and his county team for renovating this building to the eye-catching state it is in now. And we would not have managed this without the support of the Governor. So, Your Excellency, we appreciate your gesture towards this end. Na wale wazee wako hapa, nataka muangalie hii bendera mnaona iko hapa. Mniambie mnaona iko na rangi ngapi? Si mnaona zile rangi ziko kwa bendera hii? Mnaziona? Na muangalie ile nyumba ambayo tunaita ukumbi, ambapo mtakuwa mnafanyia kesi zenu. Mnaona hiyo mabati iko painted color gani? Najua inaitwa green. Sijui kama kwa Kiswahili inaitwa rangi ya manjano. Na mnaona rangi nyingine hapa inaitwa gold, sijui tutahitaje kwa lugha yenu, mnajua vile inaitwa. Mnaona kuna rangi nyingine hapo. Mnaona kuna kala ngapi? Muangalie hizo kala ziko kwa hiyo bendera vizuri. Hiyo ndiyo bendera ya Judiciary. Kwa hivyo wazee, wakati mnaenda kufanya kesi zenu kwa hii nyumba, muangalie hizo colors, mkumbuke ya kwamba mliambiwa hizo ni rangi za Judiciary. Kwa hivyo na mkumbuke na mjue kwamba ile kazi mtakuwa mkifanya kwa hii nyumba, mtakuwa mnafanya kazi ya Judiciary. Kwa hivyo sasa, kama sisi judicial officers huwa tunakula kiapo kwamba tutafanya kazi bila kupendelea. Kwa hivyo hata nyinyi ningewauliza mkiingia ile nyumba, najua nyinyi ni wazee, kama ni kina mama, kama ni wanaume, wote ni wazee. Mkiingia ile nyumba uwe mnajua ya kwamba mnaenda kufanya kazi bila nini? Bila upendeleo. Kwa hivyo kila mara muangalie hizo rangi zetu za Judiciary, siwe sikiwakumbusha hivyo. So finally, I wish to thank the court users committee of Marsabit who have shown a lot of commitment to making this function a success. We also thank the county national government led by the county commissioner here present and his security team for their tireless efforts to ensure that this day is a big success. So thank you very much, your leadership, the Chief Justice of the Republic of Kenya, for according me the honor to address you and this gathering. Asanteni sana.
Thank you very much, Judge, for welcoming us and for the support that you have given the people of Marsabit for the 4 years you've been here. Kindly allow me now to call Dr. Akoth, who is representing Honorable Justice Professor Joel Ngugi, and the Vice Chairman of the Steering Committee on Implementation of AJS. Karibu, Dr. Akoth.
My Lady, the Chief Justice, Your Excellency, the Governor of Marsabit, thank you very much for the honor of gracing the occasion of unveiling the AJS County Action Plan and Court Annexed Mediation here in Marsabit. My lady, we thank you very much for the honor, because you have appointed our committee to be in the forefront in leading, or rather contributing to your vision of people-centered justice. In that regard, as part of doing AJS action plan and the conversations that we do, we always put evidence in front, because we always start by asking the question, whose justice are we dealing with? And in the process of developing the county action plan for Marsabit, which we did collectively, we conducted a background research to ask ourselves, what are the key justice questions? And we established as following, that the most outstanding legal problem that people in Marsabit talk about, seek justice for, is a land question at 56%. That is followed by petty offenses. Petty offenses ni ile ya watu, mtu amechukua kitu ya mtu, mtu amemtusi mwingine, mtu amefanya mambo ya madharau, at 54%. That is followed by family disputes at 53%. Now, family disputes are actually in two forms. We have the ones that our initial speaker talked about, dealing with succession issues and issues of maintenance. But there's also domestic violence, which comes at 37%. And then we have intercommunity conflicts at 43%. And therefore, the county action plan that the people of Marsabit have suggested for AJS responds to these justice questions. And my lady, having done this background research enables us to track the kind of contribution that AJS and many other doors of justice are able to contribute in advancing your vision of ensuring social transformation through access to justice, and indeed realizing the objectives of Article 48 of the Constitution of Kenya. But two significant issues also came up during our preparatory processes. And one of it was that through AJS conversations, although we came as people from various cultures, kila mtu alikuja na mila yake, at the end of the conversations we agreed that we now have to form a culture of justice, where every culture comes together and forms one culture that is bigger than a singular culture. There are two important things that we promised ourselves to measure this culture of justice. And these are two prevalent issues here in Marsabit. One is the issue of what is called early marriage. Na tulisema hii kitu inaitwa early marriage, it cannot be called early marriage. Because what is early? Is early in the morning? Is it before lunch? Is it in the evening? So it is child marriage. It is child marriage, and child marriage is not acceptable, it's voidable, and we've agreed we will call it by the right name. And one of the missions of AJS work here is first to say, haitwi early marriage, inaitwa child marriage, na haikubaliki. That's a very important benchmark and milestone that the AJS practitioners gave to themselves as part of the action plan. The second and the last important milestone that the team gave themselves is, in the unfortunate event that there is loss of life, and apart from the court, first of all, that matter must go to court, we agreed, but often the elders are involved. We agreed that there is no blood which is going to be considered as being of higher value than the other. Blood ya mama na blood ya wazee are all of the same value. Blood ya people of various ethnic groups are all of the same value, meaning that AJS helps us to agree that we are all one human with dignity and we are all equal. And that is a very, very important very, very important element in our quest for justice, because justice must also be about interpersonal idea of justice that treats all of us as equal before each other and before the law. My lady, in conclusion, Justice Professor Joel Ngugi asks me to thank you very much, not only for the honor you've given us to serve, but also for accepting his apology. And the committee that you've appointed have got about 32 of us. And towards this particular event and the process of developing the AJS action plan in Marsabit, there are 2 colleagues of mine who have worked so tirelessly since March, as presiding judge did indicate. And I would like, with the permission, that they just stand and get an applause. We have Mzee Set from Isiolo, who is our Mzee and been leading us. And we have our head of secretariat, Madam Jemima Aluda, who has tirelessly worked and put all of it together. Wamama tumpatie shangwe tafadhali. Asante. Thank you very much, Madam Aluda. My lady, we promise you that we'll continue working in the pathway towards realizing this important vision that you have given to ourselves. And we request that in the days ahead, that the county also continues with excellent contribution that they have given to us in the past. And we thank very much the governor that this morning he also promised that he will give further support in training more elders, so that as we do AJS, we should know that it should be human rights centered and should be about justice for all. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Akoth and your team, and especially for the training that you continue to give our elders. Allow me now, Honorable Chief Justice, to call Honorable Mr. Justice Fred Ochieng, the chairperson of the Court Annexed Mediation. Karibu, Judge.
Watu wa Marsabit, hamjambo? Hamjambo? Muna furaha hamna? Nyingi? Tena sana? Asanteni sana sana. To the Honorable the Chief Justice, and to His Excellency the Governor, and all here present. It gives me great pleasure and honor to be back home. Nimerejea nyumbani. Why do I say that I'm back home? Na jina ya Kijaluo. And yet I say Marsabit is home. It is because it is a well-known fact that the cradle of mankind is Marsabit. This is where life began for all of us. So that's why I'm where? Back home. Asanteni. I'm also pleased to learn from the various engagements which I've had this week with the LSK, the staff, and the CUC, that the county boasts of 14 indigenous communities that proudly live out their culture. Nyinyi mnasherehekea kwa ukweli kimila yenu. Interestingly, I also learned that Marsabit County is the largest county in Kenya, with a land surface of 78,000 square kilometers. Many other people, no, one other county has been claiming it. But today I learned from the governor, you are the largest. As Africans, we used to resolve our disputes without going to a building or a place called the courts. So as we deal with AJS and mediation, we are doing that which comes naturally, that which is not being imposed by anybody. You have been doing it, we have been doing it, So let's just continue doing it. Court Annexed Mediation was launched in this country in the year 2016. We did pilots at the Family Division and the Commercial Division of the High Court in Nairobi. And since inception, a total of 23,200 cases which were in court were referred to mediation. Out of those 23,404, 21,580 have been settled successfully. The settlement rate on the average in the country is 51%, which compares very favorably with the rest of the world, Canada, South Africa, and Nigeria. We are comparing very well with those countries which practice court annexed mediation. Here in Marsabit, a total of 34 cases have been referred to mediation since we began just at the beginning of this year. And out of those, 24 have been concluded, with 15 recording full settlement. That translates to 63%, which is higher than the national average. So you're doing very well. Mjipigie makofi tafadhali. And whereas tumesema mediation, mna siku 60 ya kujaribu kutatua shida zenu, nyinyi mnakimbia sana bwana. Kwa siku 32 days on the average, mshamaliza. Nawashukuru sana, nawapongeza. Most of the cases that have been resolved involve children, custody, and maintenance. Inaonekana waume kidogo walikuwa wanakimbia zile wanatakikana wafanye kutunza watoto wao. Lakini sasa with mediation mnarudi pale pazuri. Nawashukuru tena. Today, the Honorable Chief Justice will also launch family mediation guidelines. This is a practical guide for the practice of family mediation in Kenya, which encompasses things like child custody and maintenance. You know, if you think about it, if you seriously think about it, saa zile wewe ni baba mtoto na kidogo umekosana na mama mtoto, mtoto anaenda wapi? Na sisi wapatia guidelines, mtoto ndiye anaumia. Na wale wamekosana ni nani? Mama na baba. Mtoto anayewakosea. So some of the guidelines being launched today is to help in that line. I would like at this point to recognize our development partners, and in particular, the IDLO. Madam Teresa, thank you very much. They have helped us with sensitization sessions, together with the CUC members, judicial officers, and staff. We are also engaged extensively with both the national and county governments who pledge their support towards the mediation program in the county. When we began this last year, we did not have even one trained mediator in Marsabit County. However, I'm very, very happy indeed to report that with our partners IDLO, They moved very swiftly, responded positively to our requests, took up training. So far as of this month, a total of 40 persons have already been trained as mediators. Asanteni sana kwa kujitolea. We still need more. And most of us, because of the way we settled our disputes, in my view, will be very good mediators. So come forward, be trained, and if you need an incentive, unlike AJS, kwa sababu hiyo kazi ni ya wazee wanaotumbulikana kabisa. Mediation, we train you. You pay money. But after you qualify as a mediator, for each case you handle, we pay you something. Isn't that an incentive? Simujiunge basi. Ama? Asante. A total of 61.7 billion shillings has been released back to the economy as a result of mediation settlements. 61.7 billion. And this means the money that was held up in litigation has now been plowed back into the economy, which helps with employment and overall growth of the GDP. Mediation is amenable and usable in resolving almost all kinds of disputes. So, the only things that are precluded are public interest matters. Hamwezi mkaenda mkakaa wenyewe mkasema mambo ambayo inahusu jamii yote mnatatua kwenye mediation. Matters involving or affecting children, like child abuse, child neglect, and defilement. Hiyo haikubaliki kwenda mediation. Defilement, Domestic violence, no. Criminal matters, no. But anything else can be settled through mediation. A key pillar of social transformation through access to justice blueprint is case clearance and backlog reduction. Jinsi tunavyopunguza kesi ambazo ziko kotini. In the State of Judiciary Annual Report 2022-2023, case backlog stood at 336,000 cases. As of June 2022. 336,000. As of June 30th, 2023, it had dropped from 336,000 to 272,000, which is an 18% reduction. This has been contributed to partially by referring matters to mediation. So you see, mediation works. Ama vipi? Now, when the Honorable Chief Justice was launching her reports, the nation, last week on Friday, the cases had further dropped from 272,000 as of June 2023 to 244,000. So we are dropping them. We are clearing many cases, partially because of the multi-door approach. to resolving disputes. I'm delighted to report to you that whereas we have been talking about court annexed mediation, manake tunakupeleka mediation ukisha kuja kotini. Watu wakatuuliza, je, mbona tuje kotini kwanza? Mbona msilete hii mediation, tuende mediation kabla ya kwenda kotini? I'm delighted to report that the Honorable the Chief Justice will today in Marsabit be launching for the first time private mediation. Ile ambayo itawawezesha mkipitana na mwenzako, mtafute mediator, awakalishi chini, mtatue shida yenu. Inafanyika mara ya kwanza kwa Kenya. Wapi? Marsabit. Mediation can be done physically, and usually the first meeting tunaomba sana ikiwezekana ifanywe mnapoonana ana kwa ana. Lakini vile tunafanya kesi kotini siku hizi through virtual court, kama mtu yuko Ulaya, mtu yuko Amerika, kesi yake inasikizwa akiwa huko. Hatumi pesa nyingi kurudi. Mediation pia inafanywa hivyo. So you don't need to worry about distance in this big county. Inawezekana kufanywa through ICT. Na mkitatua, mnatuletea haraka na inakuwa order ya koti. So, I'm back home. I'm excited. I don't want to say too much more because I know the Honorable the Chief Justice will be telling you more. Asanteni sana kwa kunikaribisha nyumbani.
Thank you very much, Judge. Umekaribishwa nyumbani, lakini pia sisi wote tunajikaribisha nyumbani. Now that you've said it's the cradle of mankind. With your permission, Honorable Chief Justice, I want us to combine two activities. The governor has something for you, and he has requested that he does it here. And as that is happening, we will call the group Tokuma to come and be carrying out the entertainment as the other activity is happening. Karibuni. Takuma. The governor requested that we do this here. So karibu sana, Governor. Endeleeni tu na entertainment. Maybe on this side so that you face the camera.
Your Honorables and Your Excellencies, you are welcome back home. And this is Tokuma. I'm one of the artists in Tokuma family. We are proud to be Tokuma. So, si tunafanya hype, tunafanya music, lakini ni upcoming. I just want to welcome you guys home. Yo. Baby king to the world, nigga shit. Yo, so tuponge juu ya Tokuma, imejibeba, saa zingine juu na kitu imetubeba. Ni Tokuma imetubeba. Ni Tokuma imetubeba. Ni Tokuma imetubeba, okay. Marsabit to the world when I'm back home. The only home with the girls with the platforms. Don't take it good, I mean girls who do Snapchat. But never mind, maybe that's the way to find it. I want to girl, I mean I care when you drip hard. They say our love is falling, baby, when you skip class. I roll a $100 bill in like I'm Palma. Who doesn't give a cyber bribe when you all down? I'm never bossy, I mean I rigor on my own arms. I lift my eyes to the G when I feel down. You got to lie low like I'm cheat sent. Whenever hit the quang, read the papers. Marsabit to the world when I'm back home. The only home with the girls with the platforms. Don't take it good, I mean girls who do Snapchat. yo ukitaka chuma kama Jolly pia bill mgize mpaka kwa majika unanifeel staki mbaya na masnitch na kaza na seal nilifunzwa sasa staki sasa alamin niliachwa na watu na trust na watu wa real watu jifanya tu wazuri na watu ni shit manzi kupendwa mpaka ndai Johnny best shit manzi kubabe mpaka watu Johnny beb shit alafu akuache Jona wewe ndo limbaptize demo unakuwa demo unajua tu ni div size speedy beef mingi so let me go silk tight but then napiga swala zangu then I flip light I dreaming then I pull up on the both side I live my living but with their own life I roll a banger and they watch me on the TV she stay ambada but I'm badder than the RVs stika uliniona nilikuwa movie trainer IP kani kombele na chekanga na VIPs nilipenda kula most churching ni AIC churching so we coming to the Bwana Buffalo Club ni ma drinks na ma yanks na ma wana plug
Kasini. Oh, ek first ngoma samburu to kirkane.
Ngoma yenu itawekwa sawa. Leta kiti kwa tatu.
Honorable Chief Justice, His Excellency, our Governor, and all protocols observed. Here on the stage, our Marsabit comedians are ready to perform a simple play. Asante.
Aba gulilale amotiyo. Isi John. Shamma tidanan kalerma kankai. Dalan kun kalerma. Amanta mantar makanan gaduvekan. Shamba tiya. Kan kalerma kan daladabe. Ent duve dallahi yachis. Nami didala tanguto balibeti. Nami didala tkaduve shamba ti kasa jatuti la meso. Intal shambati takalana arma dari mida fade birademe shambati arma dari gadisa mama shambati manto warangai shambanti ababo he nirra allebeno aguto balibeti dema charma argar burjiti duftani garisan duftani vijira yiyo bena bafeten kotu dutej anamoyaleti ini fade shambantiya Mandra balles. Takare. Tenane. Shamba la deputatan. Ini na beha kanar bujjes. Akanar bujjes na beha ini. Akanona lenche jesi timte. Itimte asun. Alla na ambeh, alla sare yanyat. Lakin de uni jesa namkan. Lakin akasere. Meni nagarsis, meni. Alla waki buyen dubbatu. At shambati tivate. Shambati tivate. Teti, ensigen. Ente sagen. Olinda bina. Akasini. Wa wallahi kana wakati ya dabarte. Shambati maifat inni sare. Milan nazala gore frafdaye ye nagartaatin sare nguliyat man ka abdagar infute garate garobira galta infun garobira gala Talle na seni. We, na yagadda mallet.
Abo. Wani san tawu jirtan. Wa wakati nabarti. Dhuga. Wallahi tin san wallan tani. Arlu kulle walin dabtu. Amma anta tani. Ada lafjira AJS tonini. Tanafu me walin dabina. Jarole jira. Takasi taname wan sunin
inni akkasin beekwanin maata ka'oomen hareeratiyyaa gabanaan kenna hin beeku inni akkas
yoo akkasillee taate akki laf jira wanni akkas ilaalan eentu dudduub jira ilaalan
akkiinaan makkaan hin jirtu wanni akkas hin jirtu saree nami taatin
eeyya kennat maadhe inni gabana beettaatiin gabanaa fi abshiroo onana nam keessaa baas beektaa Mahmud Ali baas Mahmud Ali wani naataan beektaa in beeta afaan qabad sare beenas garoof
isi esarus nu dubbachuu feena nu dhowarta
isaan fulaatu dubbatan nu qabdan isaan nadheen gara kamiin watch your mouth wewe isu gurbatu korbeesu wadiro mucawa ida
was gaafadho eeg isa maaniftuu dubbachuu nu dhowarta nu nadheen illeeni opportunity dubbatan inqam sawaani maarta koomee hin gartuu nu dur deemti isin nu dur deemti akana dheeree nu dur deemti indoo atwaakilishe kama wanawake dhageete
ammisi san dur deema tanaaf qooftani
haqi dubban hin qabne
silaaftaa yennu wa guutuu balibe qara eebbisine dabarre nadheen nu dur yaatu nimekuambia watch your mouth ha watch your mouth eti afaan kan hin dhageenyu gurbaan u deebis
watch man
what a man can do a woman can do better
yan qaran beeku intal nutti mehan keessa
jechuuni nadheenilleeni nadheenaa fi nami dhiiralleeni haqi takka qabaa jechuu akka nami dhiiraa dur deemu nami dubraalleen dur deemuu hin danda'a jechuu
haqiin abboo hin jirtu nadhee maarraa nu dur yaatu nu tobbaye kan nu dur yaatuuf gorachi waan nam hin taate
isa hin obbaane ammoo waqtii suya dabarte ko saizi amta we are digital we know everything we have our rights
amma nattu jiddu teessan jira waliin dhabdanii karaa nagaatiin waliin fidamtanii tanaaf nagaa jabeessa akkasimee waan kan irraa biitan faamsis
wanni nu qara beeta wanni boorana keen kunini jaarole wanni sila garichi gara wanni shambaa gonfaan sila gar silkaala kanaan ba'u malle sila jaarolummaan tun no baaftee jaarolummaan tun waan akka irra garte loonchani kan wanni alternative maani jedhanii kan
AJS dan Alternative Justice System Center
waan atbaan suna waan illeen beeku sunuma duub sunum wanni sun nam akka nam cuuf tokkummaa namaa yaani tokko tochiti akkas tochiti
ati ijoolleen ariyateennaa tunin ofiisin qabdi
in qabdi akkisiin qabdi meettootin me nu dudduub agarte ofisi sun ka jaarolee yalla nulleen keessa qabnaatu waan sun kun hin taakkana tara galatooma
Asanteni sana. Sisi hatukuelewa lakini si wananchi mmeelewa? Mumeunderstand maneno ya AJS, si ndio? Kuja as you invite the governor. Judge, come and invite the governor.
Hii mama. Hii ni anti yangu na hii ni uncle yangu, ndio yeye anasema. Hapana tisha mimi. Hapana tisha. Unaona najua kiborana sasa. Mara moja. Honorable Chief Justice and Your Excellency, I now have a simple job, a task that I'm performing with honor because it's a privilege. My uncle. What? That's my uncle. My uncle, the Excellency Bwana Governor. Karibu. Hebu tumkaribishe jamani. My uncle.
Thank you very much.
Haya. Yeah, I'm with you. Asanteni sana. Asanteni sana. Asanteni sana. Thank you very much. Asanteni sana. Asanteni sana. Basi, the Honorable Chief Justice and President of the Supreme Court of Kenya, Lady Justice Martha Koome, the Honorable judges present here today, the ideal law coordinator here in Marsabit County, the Speaker of the County Assembly of Marsabit and all the MCAs present here today, all invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, Salaam alaikum. Amjambo. Amjambo tena. Isachu fioya. Naga fayak abdu. Gamadani. Khesuma sidani. Mumefurahi Chief Justice wetu wako hapa. Mumemkaribisha namna gani? Bas. Your Ladyship, Honorable Martha Koome, before I make one or two remarks, there is a small request, bit of program or protocol breach here. The County Assembly of Marsabit, which is very supportive of AJS, is here, led by none other than the Speaker. It will be a serious breach if I don't recognize them here today, because these are the people we are going to rely on to ensure that this program is successful. So with your permission, I want to request the Speaker to come here and introduce the rest of his team and make one or two remarks. Mheshimiwa Speaker, karibu.
Can you use this? Come up.
Hello. Your Excellency, Honorable Chief Justice, Your Excellency Governor, all protocol observed, MCS present, members of County Assembly, please come forward for your introduction. Very brief.
Just stand there. There are many. Yeah. To introduce one by one. Maybe.
Okay. I think you can say your name.
Okay. Okay. Your Lady Justice Martha Koome, our governor, hamjamboni wote wananchi. Kwa majina naitwa Joseph Leruk, MCA wa Karare Ward. Thank you.
Your Excellency, my name is Adi Edindida, MCA Global Ward in Moyale constituency.
Kwa majina naitwa Mohamed Isaac, MCA Moyale Town.
Your Excellency, my name is Jacob Elisha Godana, MCA Marsabit Central Ward, where you are seated. I'm the landlord and the rest are my tenant.
Your Excellency, my name is Alcano Sorarare, MCA Obo Ward.
Your Excellency, my name is John Boru, MCA Sololo Ward.
Your Excellency, my name is Lucy Kargia, MCA nominated.
My name is Amos Wakoguyo, MCA Sagante Jaldesa Ward, and the leader of Minority Coalition, which is Kenya Kwanza. Karibu sana.
Honorable Sadia Raru, Senior Member, Mother of the House, from 2013.
My name is Leado Josephine, MCA nominated.
My name is Adija Kontoma, nominated MCA. My lady, I'm former employee of Judiciary.
Yeah.
Miriam Chaule, nominated MCA.
Thank you very much.
Asante sana Madam Koome. Tunakushukuru, asante sana. Karibu Marsabit. Sitachukua nafasi yako mingi. Sisi ni wa Afrika wa Afrika, culture yetu ni ya kuzungumza, na tunafurahi yale umetuletea hapa leo. Tutaunga mkono kabisa, tuko na wewe. Asante sana.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, Your Ladyship, it is a pleasure and a privilege to have been asked to give a brief remark during this launch of the alternative justice system in Marsabit. But first, allow me to welcome you all, our distinguished guests, and to recognize you in your respective distinguished capacities. Allow me also to welcome in a special way Her Ladyship, Lady Justice Martha Koome. You already know that Lady Justice Martha Koome is the first woman in Kenya to become the Chief Justice, for which we celebrated her and continue to celebrate. You may also know that this is her first visit to Marsabit. You should also know that this is the first sitting Chief Justice and President of the Supreme Court of Kenya to visit Marsabit County. We are therefore honored to host for the first time in Marsabit the Chief Justice of Kenya, the first female Chief Justice in the history of Kenya, on her first visit to Marsabit. Your Ladyship, a lot has been said on how Kenya's 2010 Constitution is one of the most progressive constitutions in the world. It was the 2010 Constitution that created and devolved resources to 47 counties, thereby giving Kenyan people more control over their affairs. As this day makes it clear, the 2010 Constitution did not only devolve resources, but endeavored to bring justice closer to the people. The alternative justice system that Your Ladyship is launching here today is a testimony that the 2010 Constitution also recognized the symbolic and equal value of both the formal justice system and the traditional systems of Kenyan communities in their diversity. It is a recognition by the drafters of our Constitution that litigation is not and should not be perceived as the only avenue through which disputes can be resolved. Your Ladyship, one of the most repeated phrases in the corridors of justice is that justice delayed is justice denied. Unfortunately, the formal justice system is designed in such a way that justice is almost always delayed and therefore almost always denied, particularly to the poor and the marginalized groups. We all know that litigation is always costly. The legal procedures are complex and court cases can take years to be resolved. I embrace this alternative justice system as an antidote to this problem. In fact, as Your Ladyship traverse this great nation, you may even realize that in some cases, the traditional dispute resolution system is more appealing and more just than the formal justice system. Insofar as Marsabit is concerned, and many scholars have attested to this, historians, diplomats, and anthropologists have argued that the Gada system, for example, contains genuinely African solutions for some of the problems that modern legal systems everywhere have had to face. A key feature of this traditional system is that it focuses more on righting the wrongs done to a person than on punishing the wrongdoer. Finally, we know that besides the huge backlog cases in our courts, there are so many people in our prisons who should not be there, especially the petty offenders. We embrace the alternative justice system as an alternative to imprisonment to punish offenders without dispensing justice to the offended party in dispute. I have no doubt the people of Marsabit will welcome this alternative justice system and embrace it as the most speedy, inexpensive, and non-adversarial path to justice and dispute resolution. As county government, we pledge to support in ensuring that this system works and offers every other support that the judiciary may require to establish structures and spaces for the implementation of alternative justice system in Marsabit County. Your leadership, the building you see here has already been mentioned earlier, had to be renovated at a cost of Kenya shillings 2 million by the county government of Marsabit to ensure that this program is a success. I want to undertake here today that henceforth we are going to partner so that this system that we are bringing to our people will be successful in the country, and especially so in Marsabit, where we are proudly hosting over 14 communities in this vast county, as earlier mentioned. Your leadership, this system of justice is not new to the people of this county. People here are pastoralists. The Borana community, for example, which resides both here and even in Ethiopia, have got the Gada system, which has always been solving problems or disputes in communities, even as far as decreeing some people to murder. I mean, to hang for murder or something like that. They have rules and regulation for all sorts of criminals. But you now trying to come and bring this initiative to our people is the best thing that has happened, because it's something that is going to solve the problems of the many cases that have been compiling in the courts and will be offering justice to the people who otherwise would not have gotten the opportunity. So as the governor of the county, I support your work. We will work with your team hand in hand so that this program is a success. I have only one request, your leadership. As already been mentioned, this county is vast. It is 78,000 square kilometers. And our honorable judge, the last few days he has been here, has already learned quite a bit. And somebody has mentioned Marsabit is bigger than Rwanda, Burundi, and Israel put together. Therefore, coming to seek justice here at the headquarters is a tall order for somebody who comes from Ileret, from Loyangalani, from Maikona, from Sololo, from Moyale. By the time you reach here, it will have been very expensive, very tiresome, and you know, the hotels here, for the common mwananchi, who are very poor, and the poverty level here is very high, is something you can imagine. Many people will be denied that justice system. My kind appeal to you, if we can be able to establish courts, say in Loyangalani, in Nodor, in Sololo, in Moyale, these people will be forever indebted to you, because your leadership is transformative. We have seen many things. Many things are already happening under your watch for the benefit of Kenyans. We are very grateful and we are in support of your program. Our kind appeal is to establish these courts to the far-flung areas of our great county. With those few remarks, sasa tutamkaribisha Chief Justice wetu akuje aongee na sisi, lakini tutamkaribisha namna gani? Haya, tusimame na mikono. Asanteni sana, asanteni sana, asanteni sana. Before she mentions her remarks, I wanted to tell you, your ladyship, the elders sent me to you in the morning. Wakasema mama huyu amekuja mapema sana. Kwa hivyo jina yule tunampatia ni mama huyu kutoka leo anaitwa Diramu. Diramu ni mtu anaamuka mapema, anakuja kushughulikia kazi yake. And I agree with them because we have been hosting many visitors. So many of them, we keep waiting for them for hours and hours and hours. But you came promptly, 8:45. Karibu, ongea na watu wako. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Asante sana, Your Excellency, our Governor, Mohamed Ali. Asante sana, watu wa Marsabit, amjambo. Salamu alaikum. Kayo. Asante sana. Thank you very much for the very, very warm welcome. I recognize all the leaders who are here today. Viongozi wetu wa county, viongozi wetu wa serikali kuu, and all the distinguished residents of Marsabit. I am so honored to join you today here. And I thank you so much for this welcome. Ukumbi wa kitamaduni tunaye ama atunaye? Asante sana. I'm also very honored to be home. Nimerundi hata mimi nyumbani. Si unaona tunafanana na nyinyi. Mimi nilitoka hapa. Hata mimi, I'm most honored to be back home where humanity came from. This is where we all came from. And we love Marsabit. Marsabit nchi nzuri, beautiful. Hii nchi kama hii mumeiona wapi? Nowhere. This beauty was specifically made by God himself for the people of Marsabit. And we celebrate you and we honor you so much. Your Excellency and your team, thank you very much for the very warm welcome, for the beautiful name you have given me. Na hii mavazi mazuri ya Borona, mimi mama Borona leo. Na mama wa Kirendile, ile ingine nilikuwa naye ya Kirendile. Asante sana kwa hiyo jina nzuri na mavazi mazuri. I am actually feeling part of you completely today. Na hiyo jina naipenda sana. Nilikuwa kwa neighbor wenu Madera, wakanipatia jina ya Kaitumu. Asante sana kwa kuniongezea jina ingine. And I also want to recognize my great team that came with me. If they cannot be upstanding, some of them have spoken. I was also accompanied by Justice Ellen Wasirwa, Judge wa mahakama ya wafanyikazi, Employment and Labor Relations Court, Judge Mogo, Judge of Environment and Land Court, and the Registrar Magistrates Court. Asante sana. Judge Nyaga munamujua, Judge Friend Ochieng. Asante sana the entire team for working so hard so that the people of Marsabit can have their own way of resolving their disputes. So our coming here and today's event signals our commitment to ensure that justice is accessible and a lived experience by our people regardless of your location and circumstances. Sisi watu wa Mungu tunasoma Biblia, tunasoma hata Quran, tunaambiwa justice inatoka kwa nani? Kwa Mungu, si ndio? Na inateremuka kama maji na hakuna obstacle kwa hiyo, si ndio? Na hiyo ndio nimeona hapo, na tumeelezewa vizuri na Mama Abdullahi Samsia. Alituelezea vile justice inatembea kama mto. Alright? Na hiyo ndio kazi ile itakuwa inafanywa hapa kwa hii ukumbi. Marsabit County is absolutely distinguished from being the largest county in Kenya. The vast expanse of this county underscores the critical need to ensure justice is accessible to every resident, no matter how remote. And I think we need to get these figures right, not only in the judiciary, but also in the national government, that because of the vastness of this county, it requires what we call affirmative action, so that everything is being allocated to Marsabit according to the size, isn't it? Si hata yule mtoto ule mkubwa sana anapewa chakula mingi, ndiye ajaze hiyo tumbo. So Marsabit requires more services because of its vastness. This calls for collaborative efforts with the county government, and I'm happy we are working very closely with the county leaders. Your governor is a good man. He minds about your welfare. You have a good governor. He even paid a courtesy call in my office yesterday to come and make sure that I am coming. Because no Chief Justice have ever set foot here. He was not believing I was going to come. He landed from Baku and landed at 4 a.m. And before he came back here, he passed by my office to ensure that I was coming. But I had to come because Marsabit is home. So we recognize the challenges you are having in Marsabit because you are being served by 2 court stations, Marsabit Law Court and Moyale Law Court. Whereas we provide essential services, we believe these services are not sufficient given the vastness of this county and the population. There is need for significant investment to ensure justice is within reach for every resident. Because we say justice belongs to everybody, even to the children. Justice is a lived experience, and everybody wants to experience justice. It is not the preserve of us judges or lawyers. It is a common good for everybody. That is why I was very sad this morning to visit our court building, which was started in 2017, a building which is supposed to house 8 courts, an ukumbi like this, and offices for our judges, our magistrates, and judicial staff, are stalled from 2017. It is an honor because we do not get enough budgetary allocation to be able to complete a building like that. Then I went to where the court is sitting. Our judges, our magistrates, our judiciary staff are almost sitting on each other. There is no space there in that court. So watu wa Marsabit tuombe Mungu sana atupatie hiyo fedha tumalize hiyo koti yetu tunajenga. Sometimes I believe provision comes from God. And God is going to give us what we require so that we can complete that building. And also, so that for Marsabit, we can also be able to extend the services to the far-flung areas. We know we need a court in North Hall. We need a court in Royangarani. And we also need to establish more mobile courts to serve Moyale in an area called Sololo and Bute. Because there are people there in those places, and they don't have to travel 240 kilometers to come to Marsabit, because they are also Kenyans. They need services. I am grateful to Your Excellency, the Governor, and your county government for providing land in these 5 locations for the construction of permanent court facilities. I did not come here for nothing as the first woman Chief Justice. I came here so that the people of Marsabit can have courts and can access justice. So we will continue to work together with the county government and other local leaders. We are already working with your Mheshimiwa from North Hall to explore ways of offering support to the judiciary to help us realize our dream of putting in place court infrastructure in these 5 locations. We need permanent court facilities in these remote areas, and I believe this will significantly reduce the travel burdens on litigants and law enforcement officers, thereby improving access to justice. As the judiciary, we undertake to continue making the needed investment in court infrastructure within Marsabit, despite the budgetary constraints that we are facing. We celebrate, and that is why I'm here, because judiciary is sometimes like the stepchild of the government. This is the first time the judiciary is opening an official residence for a judge. You can't believe it. We had to come all this way to open the first house built by the judiciary for a judge. So Marsabit, you are the first to have a judge's house. So we will continue to pray and work very hard so that in the next year or next year but one, we come back to launch that building that we saw there that has stalled. We need to complete this modern law court to provide a conducive work environment for our judiciary staff while optimally serving the Marsabit residents. We know even our people in Marsabit need to be served in dignity. You do not want to go to a place that looks like not even a car wash for justice. People of Marsabit require a modern building. So ladies and gentlemen, waheshimiwa, access to justice is not limited to court-based dispute resolution, na tumeonyeshwa hapa na vijana wetu and all the speakers who have spoken. Justice belongs to the people, and you can seek it through the multi-door approach that has been demonstrated here. This is the way we understand justice, and we are trying to figure out how we can facilitate Kenyans to be the agents of their own cause. And this is why we have continued to extend the doorways to the court annexed mediation, which was introduced, like Justice Ochieng said, in 2016. And from that time, we have handled 23,000 cases and unlocked 61 billion shillings, which has gone back to the economy. Nani kama court annexed mediation, which has the potential to promote amicable resolution of disputes while promoting business and family relationships and reducing litigation costs. We have all seen when we agree to a solution, we greet each other, so we end up being friends. If we were doing business, we continue doing business. If we were neighbors, we continue with our good neighborliness. And if we are family, we continue talking to each other and living in harmony, instead of making even our children and our grandchildren enemies when we go to court. This is why I'm delighted to launch the Marsabit Court Annexed Mediation Registry, which we visited this morning. And I am happy that it is going to bring a lot of transformative approach to dispute resolution to the people of Marsabit. I also did not come here for nothing, because Marsabit is a very special place for us in this mediation journey, because for the first time we will be launching today the private mediation guidelines and what we are calling the frequently asked questions. All those questions we have answered, and the family mediation guidelines here in Marsabit. Justice Ochieng, I've told you about private mediation, which allows parties to resolve disputes outside court. Samani tulijua ni lazima tuende kotini tuandikishe kesi, ndio sasa tuende kuongea. Saa hii tunaweza kuongea, kuandika hiyo agreement na kupeleka kotini, and the court will adopt it as the order of the court. That is an innovation, Your Excellency the Governor, that is brought about by these great people, the Committee on Court Annexed Mediation, and many jurisdictions in Africa want to understand how we came here. So asante sana, Committee on the Court Annexed Mediation. For the family mediation guidelines, will provide tailored support for resolving family disputes. It is notable that family disputes often require sensitivity to preserve our relationship and to guide future interactions. Mediation offers a platform for parties to discuss their interests and therefore minimize friction. I commend the Court Annexed Mediation Committee, chaired by the Honorable Justice Friend Ochieng, who has just discovered that he also comes from Marsabit, and all the stakeholders and the working group for their tireless efforts in championing mediation across the country through training and owning the annual Mediation Summit. I also want to extend our appreciation for the critical support by our development partners, including the IDLO, the International Development Law Organization, for facilitating the mediator training and stakeholder sensitization on mediation in Marsabit. Another critical area and avenue for dispute resolution within the multi-door approach is the alternative traditional justice system. As every speaker has said, since time immemorial, communities in Kenya have resolved disputes through culturally relevant and effective traditional mechanisms. In recognition of the continued relevance and utility of these traditional mechanisms for dispute resolution, we are also launching the Marsabit County NJS Action Plan, the NJS Model, and NJS Ukumbi Suite. Thank you, Dr. Accord, for explaining how the NJS Action Plan was brought about through very careful thinking, very careful consultation with the elders and community practitioners. You agreed how we are going to promote harmony in our 14 communities living in Marsabit. We want to leave no one behind because everybody is created by God. Everybody lives here of rights. So everybody's rights will be taken care of through this Ukumbi Suite that we are launching today. It will address all the land issues, all the petty offenses, all the intercommunity conflicts and boundary disputes. But we were told to care about our children. And the governor just confirmed to me, in this community, including my very own, the Boronas, you agreed we will not have FGM. We will not. Our elders decided we will educate our children. We will not have child marriages. Because we all want to nurture our children, we want to take them to school. We want them to become the next Chief Justice, isn't it? Yes, yes. How will they become the next Chief Justice if we are marrying them as children who need to be taken care of? If we are circumcising them. Thank you very much, the elders of Marsabit, for protecting our children, for protecting our boys as well, the boy child. Thank you. So the NJS elders and practitioners have undergone serious training on handling disputes, on how to respect human rights and safeguarding gender equity while avoiding conflict of interest. I am also told the elders have undertaken that there will be no corruption, there will be no bribery in our NJS and in our court annexed mediation. This newborn baby here will not know corrupt practices because our elders have just committed themselves and sacrificed their time to build a society that is sustainable, that respects the human rights of everybody. So we therefore expect that the elders will handle disputes in a manner that will respect human rights. And cases like you have been told by Dr. Accord, who has taken the elders through the training, will not take any cases involving defilement of children, because that is taken even under international law to be a crime against humanity. That child who has been defiled has no agency to enter into any negotiation or to sign any agreement. Those are cases that should be referred to the police and the courts for action, and they should never go to the elders. That is one thing we like to emphasize. But si watu wa Marsabit tunajari jambo ya watoto wetu. So we will be asking, who is defiling our children? And where are our children being defiled? And these leaders here from the national government, from the police, from the county government, are working very, very hard to make sure that our society respects our children and we eradicate the offense of defilement and rape. So today, mine is really to extend my gratitude to the National Steering Committee on AJS Implementation, chaired by the Honorable Justice Professor Joel Goge. Let us appreciate Professor Joel Goge. He is out of the country. He was recognized internationally for this model of justice, and he has been around to travel all over the world to tell the world about it. Let us celebrate him for his leadership in championing the rollout of AJS across the country, and also to thank his team. I also want to thank the county government of Marsabit, Your Excellency the Governor, the IDLO, also the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization, for the partnership in rolling out the Marsabit County NJS Action Plan, which is the 10th we are launching in this country. In conclusion, mine is to call upon all the stakeholders to join hands in enhancing access to justice in Marsabit County through collaboration and partnership. We can realize a people-centered justice system that supports socio-economic development and peaceful coexistence in this region. And with these few remarks, and with your permission, honorable people of Marsabit, I am honored, indeed very much honored, to officially declare the Marsabit Court Annexed Mediation Registry, the Family Mediation Guidelines, the Private Mediation Guidelines and the Frequently Asked Questions, the Marsabit County NJS County Action Plan, Model and Suite officially launched. May God bless the people of Marsabit, may God bless your leaders, and may God continue to shine his light upon you and to increase your boundaries so that we can come here many, many times to celebrate the goodness of the people of Marsabit. Yes, Your Excellency.
Are you going down or they're coming up one at a time? We are removing the podium.
Okay.
One at a time. Come up.
Okay. Okay.
Very good.
So this.
Yes.
She will bring up.
Yeah.
Just come all the way.
Yes.
So CJ, I think one by one.
Yeah.
You're accompanied by the governor. And
okay. Now, this is the frequently asked questions about private mediation agreements, which we are honored to launch with His Excellency the Governor and declare it launched.
Very good. Ah, yeah. Coffee. Very good. Thank you very much.
This is Your Excellency the Court Annexed Mediation, Family Mediation Guidelines. You can see a beautiful picture of a husband and wife greeting each other after agreeing how to run their affairs.
Very good. Well done. Well done.
Your Excellency, all the solutions are solved here.
Yeah.
Guidelines for processing private mediation agreements in Kenya.
Yeah.
It may be commercial, it may be land, it may be whatever agreement you enter into.
Very good, well done.
And this is the action plan for the county.
Yeah.
A very well thought out and researched document which was brought about after a lot of consultation with the people of Marsabit, the cradle of mankind.
Well done, well done, well done, well done.
Congratulations, people of Marsabit. We take a photo?
Yes. Here.
Well done.
Here.
Thank you. We shall now have a photo with the governor and the judges as they hold the launched documents. Yes. Kindly let's move back and allow for this. Mwambie tayarishe national anthem.
Zakema anasema tuzieke.
Oh, sawa. Zitasimama? Thank you. We shall have the national anthem and we shall be guided on the exit protocols thereafter. National anthem.
Thank you very much, Honorable CJ. I wish now to give the guidance on how we are going to move from here. Naomba tutulie tafadhali wananchi. Msafara wa gavana utakuwa wa kwanza kuondoka katika eneo hili. Msafara wa gavana utakuwa wa kwanza. Msafara wa gari wa za gavana